Hello, my name is Jessica Bowe. So, is there anyone who has an old pair of jeans that they don't really wear anymore? Well, there's a way that you can just make them into a denim mini skirt. It's really quite simple to turn just about any kind of pants into a skirt. The first thing you're going to need to do is you're going to need a pair of jeans, just an old pair of regular jeans, as long as you want them. You can use just about any kind of pair of pants for this, or you can even use shorts if they're long enough, because if they're too short then the skirt's not going to cover anything. You're going to need a pair of scissors for cutting, a needle, and some thread. It can be any color. This color is purple just because that's what I have right now. Usually I would use black. You're going to need some pins to hold everything in place. And you can use a seam ripper. I don't personally use one, I just use scissors. But some thread banger usually has shows you how to do it, where you just flip the pants inside out and you rip the seam instead of just cutting along it. After you have everything gathered, the first thing you're going to need to do is cut. You're just going to take your jeans and you're going to decide how long you want your skirt, and you just cut along that line on both legs, even line right across. And after that, as I said, I just take the inner seam and I just cut along it. But what you do if you want to use a seam ripper is you turn it inside out and you take the inner seam and you rip it, and then you turn it back right side out and you take the outer seam and you rip it. It does the same thing basically. The only difference is you don't have like this bit. It's still there if you just cut it, but if you rip the seam out, it's just gonna be a layer, just like one layer instead of the two that's right here. And after you cut it, there's two different ways you can go. The first way is you could use the excess material from the legs of your pants. This is something that Erin Huffstiller and Stacy from Stacy Fence recommends. Basically, you just cut a bit from the leg, and because when you have your jeans already made, you're going to have this, after you pull the seam apart, you have this gap where it usually follows your legs. What you're going to do is you're going to just use the excess material and put it underneath and then sew it on so that it covers everything, because otherwise you've got this big huge V in the front and the back of your jeans. You don't want that. Or you could do what I do, and after I cut along the inner seam right here in your jeans, I take this, and in the front I cut all the way up to right below the zipper, and I cut in the back all the way up to right below the belt loops, right here. And then after you do that, you lay them across each other, and in the back it's going to look like, when you lay it across, it's going to look like this line right here going along. It's going to overlap, and in the front it'll be this side that overlaps, and you pin it all, and you just take your needle and your thread and you sew along the line, and that gives you the skirt. And it's going to look something like this. It's just going to be like that. and it's going to be exactly the same on the top. After you do all that, your skirt is basically done. Now you can either hem the bottom line like I did in here. You see, I just folded it over and I hemmed it. Or you can just leave it the way it is, and eventually it'll start to fray at the bottom and it'll give you a little fringe. So basically, that's all there is to it. You just cut and you sew. There's no special tools. It's just your regular scissors and hand sewing kit. And then you turn an old pair of jeans that you weren't ever going to wear again into a cute little skirt that you can wear over and over again, because denim never goes out of style.